it is grouped in such a manner that as soon as we see the variable, we will be able to know what is the production of that particular company in the various years. To fit a straight line trend, it is y equals a plus bx. So this is the straight line equation. Suppose the time series, it will usually contain one column which has the year and other column which contains the variable. Hello everyone, I am Purnima, faculty in the Department of Commerce and Management, Vidhyaashram First Grade College, Temple of Excellence, MYSURU. I welcome you all to this session. In this Unit 4 of Session 1, we will be having a discussion on time series analysis. Now, what do we mean by time series? A time series is a set of numerical values of some variable obtained. So, it is a set of variables which are obtained, numerical values of variables which are obtained. So, the series is usually tabled or grouped in a manner that readily conveys the behavior of the variable under study. Now, suppose the time series, it will usually contain one column which has the year and other column which contains the variable. So, we will have a tabulation of the year and the variable. So, it may be something related to sales, or it may be related to the expenditure, or it may be related to the demand, supply, or production, anything like that. So, the variable can be any one of these, and then we have the year column. Now, in this year, we have the various years. So, we have the record of all the work which is done in the various years. And now the variable we have. So in this, suppose it is the production. So they have produced 80 tons, 83 tons, 90 tons, 94 tons, then 99 tons, etc. So it is a set of values which along with the variable, and it is grouped in a manner that readily conveys the behavior of the variable under study. Now, suppose we are studying the variable related to production. Now, it is grouped in such a manner that as soon as we see the variable, we will be able to know what is the production of that particular company in the various years. So, we have the production of 80 tons, 83 tons, 90 tons, 94 tons and 99 tons. So, in this way, we will be able to know that what is the production or what is the variable related to, and it is presented in a tabulated manner so that we will be able to easily recognize whatever is being told here. Now, the next is the components of the time series. Now, what are the components of the time series? In this, the first one is the trend. Now, what do you mean by trend? Sometimes a time series displays a steady tendency of either upward or downward movement in the average or mean value of the forecast variable over time. Such a tendency is called a trend. So, trend means we have an upward trend or the downward trend. Suppose in this, if you can see here in this example, there is an upward trend in the production. Suppose the production was 78, 62, 53, 54, 44, 30. Suppose the trend is like this, then we call it as the downward trend because there is a fall in the production, whereas here we call it as the upward trend because there is a rise in the production year after year. So, this tendency of the variable, whether to rise or fall, that is called as the trend. Now, the second one is the cycles. So, an upward or downward movement in the variable about the trend time over a time period are called as the cycles. So, there may be an upward cycle or a downward cycle. Seasonal. This is a special case of a cycle component of time series in which fluctuations are usually repeated within a year, that is daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, with a high degree of regularity. So seasonal cycles means, so whenever there is the season for that particular goods, then the sales will increase, then after the season is over, the sales will decrease. So in this way, we can have seasonal fluctuations. Then irregular variations are rapid or bleeps in the data caused by short-term, unanticipated, non-recurring factors. So it can often happen as day to day. Now this irregular fluctuations, usually we see it in the stock market. So there may be a high rise in the prices of the stocks and shares, and followed by a steep fall, again rise and fall. So this we call it as the irregular variations. A trend is a long run general direction, upward, downward or constant, of a business climate over a period of years. It is best represented by straight lines. So a trend is always represented by a straight line. Now, what is the linear trend model? So this method of least squares from regression analysis is used to find the trend line of the best fit to a time series data. So the regression trend is followed by the equation y equals a plus bx. So this becomes the most important equation in a time series analysis. So this is the most important equation, make a note of it. So where y is the predicted value of the dependent variable a, and y-axis intercepts, and b is the slope of the regression line or the rate of change in y for a given change in x. So for the linear equations, it is found by the simultaneous solution for a and b of two normal equations. Now sigma y equals na plus b sigma x, sigma xy equals a sigma x plus b sigma x square. So when a sigma x is 0, when sigma x becomes 0, we don't get this here. We have only sigma y equals na, because b into anything is 0. So sigma y equals na, and a will be equal to sigma y by n. Now in this equation, if you can see here, sigma xy equals b into sigma x square. So b will be equal to sigma xy divided by sigma x square. So we have the formula for finding out a and b values. So for a, you have to remember it is sigma y by n, and b equals sigma xy divided by sigma x square. So these two, along with this straight line formula, we have to remember y equals a plus bx. So these three are the three most important formulas which you have to remember for the time series analysis. Now let us work out a problem on this. So below are given the figures of production in 1000 quintals of a sugar factory. Fit a straight line trend to these figures given below. What is the production of sugar in the year 2023? Now, whenever they ask the question, fit a straight line trend to these figures given below, the equation will be, to fit a straight line trend, it is y equals a plus bx. So this is the straight line equation. Then next important thing is a equals sigma y by n and b equals sigma xy divided by sigma x square. So this becomes very, very important when sigma x equals 0. When sigma x equals 0, a will be equal to sigma y by n, b equal to sigma xy by sigma x square. So we have to write down this. So I will write it down in the next slide. So here we have the year column 2016, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 and 22. So we also have the production values here. 80, 90, 92, 83, 94, 99 and 92. So the total, that is sigma y equals 630. Now next step is we have to count the number of variables given here. So it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 values are given. So when it is an odd number of value given, then the middlemost time period x will be always 0. Then here it will be -1, -2, -3. Then here it will be +1, +2, +3. Yes? So remember, when there are odd number of values, then it will be 0, +1, +2, +3. When there are even values, I will tell it in the next problem. Now, the next step is, so when you add all this, sigma x will be equal to 0. Now, x square. So, -3 into -3 is 9, 4, 1, 0, 1, 4, 9. So here in this, when we multiply the x and the y column, I get -240. 90 into 2 is 180. 92 into 1 minus 1 is -92. 94, 198, 276. So sigma xy is equal to 56. Now the next will be x square. So x square, when you add all this, 10, 18, 10 plus 10, 20, 28 is the answer. So sigma equals 28. Now we have to calculate the trend values. Now how do we calculate the trend values? Now we have the equation here, y is equal to a plus bx. So we have to calculate a. A is equal to sigma y by n. B is equal to sigma xy divided by sigma x square. A will be equal to, now what is sigma y? Total of y is 630. So I write 630 divided by number of values. Number of values is 7. So 630 divided by 7, that is equal to 90. And B will be equal to sigma xy. Sigma xy is 56. 56 divided by x square is 28. So 56 divided by 28, we get the answer 2. Now we substitute the values in the equation. So y equals 90 plus 2 into x. So we got this equation. Now the next step will be, we have to calculate the trend values. So -3, -2, -1. So when x is equal to -3, y will be equal to 90 plus 2 into -3. So that will be 90 minus 6, that is 84. Now when x equals -2, y will be 90 plus 2 into -2, that is 90 minus 4, that is 86. When x equals -1, y will be equal to 90 plus 2 into 1 minus 1, that will be 90 minus 1, that is equal to 89. Next, when x equals 0, y will be equal to 90 plus 2 into 0, that is equal to 90. Then when x equals 1, y equals 90 plus 2, that is equal to 92. X equals 2, y will be 90 plus 2 into 2, that is 94. Then when x equals 3, y equals 90 plus 2 into 3, that will be 96. So we got the trend values here. So we have this 84, 86, 89, 90, 92, 94 and 96. So these are the trend values. So we will write here 84. So if you can see here 84, 86, 89, 90. 86, 89, this is 90, then 92, 94, 96, 92, 94, 96. So we got the trend values. Now what is the next question they have asked? So what is the production of sugar in the year 2023? So when the year 2023, the X value will be 4. So when the X value, see up to 2022, the X value is 3. So in 2023, the X value will be 4. So when X equals 4, Y will be equal to 90 plus 2 into 4. That will be equal to 98. So the production of sugar, production in 2023 equals 98 tons. So this is the answer. So this way we have to work out the problem. So the next one, the following table relates to the tourist arrivals during 1994 to 2001 in India. Fit a straight line trend to these figures given below by the method of least squares. Estimate the number of tourists that would arrive in the year 2004. So we have the table here. 94, 95, 96 up to 2001 the values are given. They have also given us the tourist arrivals here, and then they are all in millions, and then we have to fit a straight line trend. So in this table they have given us the number of years. Now first thing, whenever we are given a problem on time series, first thing is we have to count the number of values which are given. So 2, 4, 6, 8 values. 2, 4, 6, 8 values are given. So when even number of values are given, then the X value will be in odd numbers. So the middle two terms, I write it as -1 and +1. There will be no 0 in this. So when even number of values are given, there will be no 0. When odd number of values are given, the middlemost term will be 0. So here I will write it in odd numbers, -3, -5, -7. Here also +3, +5, +7. So when I add all this, the sigma X will be equal to 0. Yes. Now the next step will be X square. So 7 square, 49, 25, 9, 1, 1, 9, 25, 49. When you add all this, we will get the answer here. And the next step will be X into Y. So 18 into 7. 7 8s are 56. 6, 5. 7 1s are 7. 126. Then minus 100. Then 5 into minus 5 into 20 is minus 100. Then 3 3s are 9. 3 2s are 6. Minus 69 minus 25 plus 24. Then 28 into 3. 3 8s are 24. 4, 2, 3 2s are 6, 7, 8. 84. Then 150. Then 238. So we have all these XY column here. So X into Y, 18 into -7, -126, 20 into -5, -100, 23 into -3, 69, 25 into 1, 25, 24 into 1, 24, 28 into 3, 84, 30 into 5, 150, 34 into 7 is 238. We have the table here ready. Now the sigma y, when we add all the y values, we get 202 here. When I add the x values, I get 0. When I add all the x square values, I get 168. When I add all the xy values, I get 176. Now, I have the equation here, y is equal to a plus bx. So, first I have to find a. A will be equal to sigma y by n. So, this will be equal to 202 divided by n. N equals 8 values. So, 2, 4, 6, 8 values. 202 divided by 8, and B will be equal to sigma xy divided by sigma x square. Now, sigma xy, we got it as 176 divided by 168. Now, when I simplify this, I get so we have A value as 25.25, B value as 1.0476. Now, when I write the equation, y will be equal to, instead of A, I will write 25.25 plus 1.0476 into x. So, this will be the equation. So, in the next slide, we will write y equals a plus bx. So, y will be equal to 25.25 plus 1.0476 into x. So, this is the equation. Now, slowly we have to write the trend values. Now, what are the x values here? Minus 7, minus 5, minus 3, minus 1. So, we will write here, when x equals minus 7, x equals minus 5, x equals minus 3, x equals minus 1. So, we calculate the trend values here. So, y will be equal to 25.25 plus 1.0476 into minus 7. Next, y will be equal to 25.25 plus 1.0476 into minus 5. Then, y will be 25.25 plus 1.0476 into minus 3. Then y will be 25.25 plus 1.0476 into minus 1. So, instead of x, I will write minus 7, minus 5, minus 3, minus 1, 1, 3, 5 and 7. So, I am getting all the trend values in this manner. So, 17.9168. So, we have this xy. Now, the trend values, if I write here, it will be 17.9168. So, here also 20.012. Next, it will be 22.1072. So, in this way, we will have to write down all the trend values. So, this column will be for trend values. So, in this way, we have to work out the problem. Now, they have asked one more question. Estimate the number of tourists that will arrive in the year 2004. So, in the year 2004, the x value, so we have to just keep on adding. So, up to 2001, it is 7. So, 2002, 2002, 2003, 2004. So, it will be 7, 9, 11, 13. So, continue with the odd numbers. So, 2004 it is 13. So, when x equals 13, y will be equal to 25.25 plus 1.0476 into 13. So we got the trend value. So this will be the number of tourists in 2011. So in this way, we have to work out the problem. Hope you have all followed. With this, we come to the end of this session. Hope you have all followed it. Thank you.